warm welcome from IconSWM-CE and Graphic Era University, deemed to be university, and Graphic Era Hill University.
Respected dignitaries, conference delegates, and organizing committee members, in the inaugural session of the 15th International Conference on Solid Waste Management and Circular Economy and IPLA Global Forum 2025. I acknowledge the presence of all those participants who are joining us today online. We have with us today the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Graphic Era Dean to University, Professor Narendra Singh Sarji. I request him to kindly grace the stage. And a huge round of applause for him. Honorable Vice Chancellor of Graphic Era Dean to University, I request him to kindly grace the stage. We have with us the President of International Society for Waste Management, Air and Water, and the Director General of the Sustainable Development and Circular Economy Research Center, Mr. Sadhan Kumar Ghoshi. I request him also to kindly grace the stage. We have with us today Mr. C.R.C. Mohanty. He is an Environment Program Coordinator at the United Nations Center for Regional Development, Japan. I request you, sir, to kindly come on the stage and grace the occasion. A huge round of applause for him. We are truly honored to have today with us Dr. Christian Jengelson. I request you, sir, to kindly join us on the stage. He is a senior scientist at Center. This is the Foundation for Industrial and Technical Research in Norway. I welcome you, sir, and invite you on the stage. Thank you. As I mentioned earlier, we also have with us the former Vice Chancellor of H&T Gadwal University, Professor S.P. Singh, sir, with us. I invite you on the stage to kindly grace the occasion. He is one of our guest honors in the inaugural session of the 15th International Conference. Next, I would like to invite Professor Olade, a distinguished professor at the UC Irvine. He is a well-known microbiologist on the stage. Dr. Olade. I welcome you, sir. With this, we'd like to begin the inaugural session of today. And for the further proceeding, I would like to invite our co-host, Dr. Sarkar, on the stage.
A warm welcome to all the delegates and dignitaries in this chilly morning in Dehradun. And it's an honor and privilege to be here. And thank you so much, Dr. Bharti Sharma. At the beginning itself, I would like to speak about IconSWM-CE, which is a co-host or co-organizer of this conference. The International Society of Waste Management, Air and Water was established in 2009 in India by Professor Ghosh for the betterment of waste management and environment protection by promoting 3R and circular economy concepts, having involvement and participation of 50 countries around the world and most of the states in India. The first edition was held in Kolkata, and we have been through several states in India like Orissa, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, and finally we are here in the very green state of Uttarakhand. The activities of IconSWM-CE essentially include conducting the flagship program of IconSWM-CE every year, and of course also creating mass awareness and focus on youth and school children with the help of Catch Them Young program. We also had conducted the Going Global project funded by British Council on adoption of circular economy in small and medium industries and in academia. The objectives of this conference are to spread awareness on waste management, circular economy and decarbonization to help achieving the SDG goals 2030, and also to bring across the world people together to act for the cause of environment protection and management. The Foreign countries participating in the 15th IconSWM are USA, Georgia, Vietnam, UK, Japan, Philippines, Norway and Maldives. I now request Professor Sadhan Kumar Ghosh, who is the President ISWMAW, to kindly welcome the dignitaries on stage.
Actually, we start any program with a ceremonial lamp lighting. So first, I would like to begin the traditional opening of this 15th International Conference, and for that I would like to invite Honorable Vice Chancellor Graphic University and the President of the Society for International Waste Management, along with all the three guests of honors, to please come forward. I request the volunteers to kindly do the needful. All the volunteers. In India, it's our tradition. Whenever we begin any program, we first light the lamp and worship Goddess Saraswati. Saraswati is the symbol of knowledge, and light is a symbol again of knowledge and dispelling the ignorance, the greatest enemy of the knowledge, wisdom. As Dr. Sarkar mentioned in the beginning, that today we are having the participants, delegates from 37 different countries, and I'm seeing the students, they are sitting from different disciplines and programs here. A big round of applause for all of you. So ladies and gentlemen, the chief guest for this inaugural session of 15th International Conference, Mr. Subodh Uniyal ji, is with us. Welcome him with a huge round of applause. He is the Minister for Forest and also the Technical Education in the state of Uttarakhand. All the dignitaries are requested to kindly be seated. So first I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor Graphic Era Dean to University and the President of the International Society for Waste Management, Professor Sadhan Kumar Ghosh ji, to kindly welcome our chief guest by giving them a beautiful token of thanks. I request the volunteers to kindly do the needful. I request the Vice Chancellor Graphic Era Dean to University to kindly present that token of thanks to Honorable Minister for Environment in the state. Sorry for this inconvenience. Mr. Subodh Uniyal is currently serving as a Parliamentary Affairs and Commerce Minister of Uttarakhand and the President of the Uttarakhand State Football Association also. Now I once again request the Honorable Vice Chancellor Graphic Era Dean University and the Professor Sadhan Kumar Ghosh ji to kindly present a token of thanks to our guest of honors in this inaugural session. First, I would like to call Mr. C.R.C. Mohanty sir to kindly come forward. Then I request the Vice Chancellor sir and the Sadhan Kumar Ghosh ji to kindly present that token of thanks to them.
Mr. C.R.C. Mohanty is the Chief Program Coordinator at UNCRD, DESA, Japan.
He is also one of our collaborators.
Absolutely, UNCRD is one of the collaborators.
I request now Dr. Christian Jengelson to kindly come forward, and I request our dignitaries to kindly present a token of thanks to him. A big round of applause for him.
Dr. Christian Jengelson is the Chief Scientist at SINTEF, Norway.
And this is a Foundation for Industrial and Technical Research and an independent non-profit research organization of Norway. Next, I request Professor S.P. Singh sir to kindly come forward, who is a former Vice Chancellor and also the Vice Chancellor of Hon'ble University and also the President of ATI, that is Appropriate Technology India.
Appropriate Technologies India is a sponsor of this program.
Yes.
I now request Professor Uniyal on stage. He is a distinguished professor at University of California, Irvine. He is a distinguished microbiologist and an environment health analyst. We are honored to have you here, sir.
Thank you very much. And with this, we would like to invite the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Graphic at GF University, to kindly come forward for a welcome address. Thank you.
Highly Honorable Minister Mr. Subodh Uniyal ji, the Chief Guest of the conference, Professor Ghosh, the President of the Society, International Society on Waste Management, Air and Water, Dr. Mohante from UNCRT Japan, Dr. Angelsen, Senior Scientist, SINTEF, and Professor S.P. Singh, Hon'ble Vice Chancellor, HNB, Purwal University, and very good friend of mine. Other reputed scientists from different countries, Norway, USA, from California, University of California, we have with us Professor Uniyal. A very good morning to all of you, dear students, faculty members, head of the departments. I warmly welcome and extend our deep gratitude to our Chief Guest, Shri Subodh Uniyal ji, our highly respected Honorable Minister of Forest, Language and Technical Education, Government of Uttarakhand. Sir, your visionary leadership and unwavering commitment to the environment conservation have been instrumental in guiding our state towards sustainability. It is through your progressive policies and dedication to ecology balance that initiatives like this event find both purpose and traction. Your presence here, sir, is very important to all of us and is a great honor for this gathering. We are truly privileged to have you with us and eagerly look forward to your insight and inspiring words. It is my profound privilege to stand before you as Vice Chancellor to extend all welcome to all the dignitaries sitting on the dais. Before we start, I would like to introduce our university, Graphic Era, Dean to University. As you will be pleased to know that our university has achieved 48th rank in the university category by INEF. So we are in the top 50 universities at national level. We are also ranked at 52nd position in the engineering category and as well as in the management category. We have the two universities, Graphic Era Deemed to be University and Graphic Era Hill University, and we have the four campuses. One campus is located in Hinta and another in Haldwani, and we have one medical college also, where we started MBBS program last year. This all development, from its inception in 1993, took place under the visionary leader, Professor Hon'ble Minister, a vision built on the enduring values of excellence, access, and equity. Guided by his forward-looking approach, Graphicula has evolved into an institute that embodies equality-driven learning, ethical engagement, and global standards of education. Professor Hon'ble Minister has been awarded many awards at national and international level for his outstanding contribution to the advancements of the quality of education. We are immensely proud to host this program because it is timely and it is very important, because if you see the total waste produced by our country is very high. The Central Pollution Control Board of the country has mentioned that India produces 1.6 to 1.7 lakh tons of municipal waste every year and amounting to 62 million tons every year. And of this large amount, only 75% is collected and less than 50% is treated or processed. So there is an urgent need to do the processing of the waste into value-added product through circular economy models. The majority of this waste is around 50 to 55% is the biodegradable, consisting of food scrap, garden waste, and other organic, and out of that only 30-35% is processed. So there is a opportunity that we can do the processing of 30 to 35% to 50 to 55%. It is not difficult task because it is a degradable material which can be easily processed. Only the issue in front of country is that we are not able to segregate that because of the fragment, the places where it is being produced. Then, of course, single plastic, the government regulation has already mentioned that we should not use the single-use plastic, but still we have not been enforced, we have not been able to stop the use of that. We need to have some good practices and we need to encourage our community so that the single-use plastic can be stopped. Waste management in India continues to pose significant environment, society and administrative challenges despite the progress framework established under Solid Waste Management Rules 2016 was established. But again, we have a great challenge that we have 1.468 billion people, right? And if you see 55 years ago, we were having only around 500 million people. So 167% increase in population has occurred. Definitely large amount of waste is going to be produced. More urbanization will take place and more construction and urbanized or constructed debris is going to be produced. So this is very timely program, and Uttarakhand has different challenges in comparison to national challenges, as the state has unique geography and rapid growth in pilgrimage tourism activity that has led a serious problems in our the state. People come from other states and produce or throw a large amount of waste material here. So I really very thankful to all the dignitaries and all the the people from different countries who have come over here to deliberate how to utilize waste and how we can develop the model of circular economy model in this country. So in the end, I would say that let us carry forward the spirit of unity and purpose that defines this conference. Together we can transform challenges into opportunity, waste into wealth, and aspirations into action on the behalf of Graphicera deemed to be university and on the behalf of our President Professor Kamal Ghanshala ji. I thank all of you once again for being here. Let us make this 15th edition unforgettable. Jai Hind. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Singh. And before we proceed, a special thanks to our collaborators, IPLA Global Forum, UNCRD DESA Japan, IGIS, SINTEF, CSIR, Uttarakhand Pollution Control Board, and Catch Them Young Zero Waste and Circular Economy. And I wish to also thank our sponsors, Appropriate Technologies India, Bharat Oil, Ultratech Cement, Specialty Industrial Polymers, and Dev Bhumi Foundation. I now request Professor Sadhan Kumar Ghosh to please come on stage and give us a brief about the theme of the conference.
Very good morning, respected Honorable Minister of Uttarakhand, Forest and Environment, Nakil Sir, my friends, Professor Napinder Singh, the Vice Chancellor of this university, Dr. Christian, Mr. Mohanty from UNCRD Japan, Professor Singh and Professor Oladele from US, and many of my friends are sitting in front. I am not mentioning all the names, but thank you very much for coming over here, and my dear colleagues, friends, students from different parts of the world. It's my real pleasure when Graphicera University, the Vice Chancellor and the team invited us to give them the opportunity for holding this international conference on sustainable waste management and circular economy and global forum, IPLA Global Forum. I visited this university and I was really enchanted to see the building, the infrastructure, the scenic beauty and everything. That's why immediately we said that yes, we will go ahead with this. And today, yesterday it was a trial run for the 3rd School Children's Congress on Waste Management and Circular Economy, and today is the main conference starting. I'm really happy seeing the involvement of the university, and I am also very happy seeing the commitment of the Minister Sir that he could find time to come over here. Thank you very much, Nathan. You know that one thing I must realize, that waste management and circular economy, the movement of which we started 16 years ago from 2009 through our conference, that it is not the technical issues, it is not the financial issues, but the waste management and circular economy, very, very specifically the cultural issue. And that's the thing for which we started a mission, Catch Them Young, at the very formative stage, at the school level, so that we can change their mindset from waste littering to waste reduction and waste utilization. And that's the way our mission Catch Them Young Zero Waste and Circular Economy campus has come forward. And I'm very happy to tell you today, we're standing here, that 386,000 students and teachers from 286 schools from India, Nepal and Georgia have been working with us for the last 1 year. And And by 2026 March, we have got invitation to start this mission in Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania. So these are the places where we are going with our mission by the March 2026. And I'm also very happy that this mission is in process and they are implementing in 2 schools in Uttarakhand. I was just discussing with the Minister Sir that why not you help us in spreading this mission throughout Uttarakhand in all the schools. And he agreed that he will help us. Thank you very much, sir. I will not take much time because we are already delayed by 1 hour. And our keynote speakers, I'll request all of them to reduce from 20 minutes to 15 minutes. But more importantly, one request from my side to all of you. If you really want to have a very good world in front of us for our child, then kindly change your behavior from waste throwing to waste utilization. And inculcate this culture at your home. Because we know that everything starts from the home, everything starts from me, and then it is spreaded. So similarly, this is my request, that please start from yourself, don't throw waste. I mean, yesterday, I was just telling some of my friends that though the SUP, single-use plastic, is banned in our country from 1st July 2022. I could see even in Uttarakhand, when I was taking my food and others, that the SUP is still in use. So I request the concerned authority to please stop it and try to use an alternative. And that's all what I want to say. Once again, I am saying, kindly change the behavior pattern and the cultural heritage of us from waste littering to waste utilization and waste reduction. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Ghosh. And I know we all are waiting to listen to our Honorable Minister. But before that, I request our guest of honors, as we are running short of time. So we'd like to have short messages from all our chief guest of honors. So first, I would like to invite Mr. C.R.C. Mohanty on the stage. And with sincere apologies, I would like to mention that you have just 3 minutes with you. Thank you.
Honorable Minister of Forests, Languages and Technical Education, Government of Uttarakhand, Shri Subodh Uniyal, Professor Natindra Singh, Vice Chancellor of the University, and Professor Amit R. Bhatt, Vice Chancellor of the University, and Professor Sadhan Ghosh, dignitaries on the stage, ladies and gentlemen, scientists, researchers, and also the students. On behalf of UNCRD, UN Department for Economic and Social Affairs, I would like to convey our deep appreciation to the Graphic Era University for hosting this important event, and also our deep appreciation to all the co-organizers and the supporting organizations. It's a beautiful feeling actually to be here in this beautiful Dehradun, in the beautiful state of Uttarakhand. And I would like to recognize at the outset the special relationship between IconSWM and IPLA Global Forum and the UN-led intergovernmental regional 3R and circular economic forum in Asia Pacific that takes place every year, hosted by different countries. It is very important. I think we have heard the problems of the plastics, issue of the waste management, and the need for circular economy. But one thing is very important. In order to advance circular economy, we need to have a very strong science, policy, business interface. We need to ensure that our policies are sufficiently backed up by the scientific solutions. At the end of the day, the private sectors, the business sector, which are the custodian of the main finance and technologies, they are to be part of the triangular cooperation in order to advance the science, policy, business interface. In a world of mounting pressures from rapid urbanization, mainly which is led by Asia and Africa, you see the very unprecedented urbanization, material scarcity, water stress, and after all the triple planetary crisis, the climate change, loss of biodiversity in nature, and the growing pollution and waste. And the cities actually stand both at the interface of the challenges and also the solutions. A lot of solutions depend on the cities like the Dehradun. While I was traveling from airport to this place, I was really very pleased to see the beautiful nature along the road. At the same time, Honorable Minister, I would like to flag for your kind consideration. I was also disheartened to see the level of plastics dumps along the roadsides. So we need to do something with regard to the emerging waste problems like the plastics. Our water bodies are being buried in plastics and many other waste streams, and our drain systems are also clogged with the plastics, which reduce, in fact, the resilience of the cities at the time of the extreme events like the flooding. So, but the ground realities are different. So, even if we are talking about the waste management, we need to see that cities also host, cities should also be the rich in terms of the biodiversity. It is not always the discussion about the waste and the materials. We need to see that our waste management is linked to the preservation of the natural ecosystem and the preservation of the ecological assets, because at the end of the day, the circular economy is just not a conventional economy. It is not just the tailpipe management of the waste streams. Inherently, the circular economy is resource restorative and regenerative. So that part we should not also forget. We are in a beautiful part of India, the Uttarakhand. You see in the level of the forest, the biodiversity, and every stage, while we are facing also in the material scarcity, to meet the living standards, the aspiration of the people of Asia Pacific or India and elsewhere in the world, we need to see that we preserve the ecological assets. With these small words, I would like to conclude my speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mohanty. I now request our next guest of honor, Dr. Christian John Engelson, to please come up on stage for a brief speech for around 3 minutes. He is, of course, the Chief Scientist at Infrastructure in CITEF.
Distinguished guests, Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having me here and to give this guest of honor speech. I'm very glad to take part of this really important conference event. This ICON conference has actually turned into being an iconic event, I would say. If we look at what circular economy really is about, we all realize that waste management is a cornerstone in circular economy. Without waste management, a proper management of all types of waste, especially the large solid waste streams like solid waste and of course construction demolition waste, it is not possible to implement circular economy in a proper way. If you look to Europe, We have, for example, more than 800 million tons of C&D waste, construction and demolition waste, generated annually. And in India, we, although the number are uncertain, we are about 300 to 600 million tons per annum. So we understand that this is really important to turn into usable new materials, usable new products, which will then create these waste streams as enormous resources. So I would like to put some emphasis in my last minute in the speech to the fact that when you're going to turn such big solid or such big waste streams into usable materials and products, we usually focus on 4 aspects. The first aspect is the quality. If the material or the product doesn't have the sufficient quality, it will not have any market acceptance. Secondly, it needs to be available, especially in the construction industry, which is very hectic. They cannot wait 1 week, 3 days of a recycled product to be used. Third is the cost effectiveness. If the recycling process or the reuse process is not cost effective, it will be challenging, of course, to have this on the market, to put it on the market. We have seen this in so many cases, in so many places. And of course, the last one, but not the least one, is the incentives for use. It can be public incentives, political incentives, standardization incentives. It's so many incentives that needs to be in place to catalyze the recycling or the use of the recycled materials and products. So this was just some consideration, which I hope, and I'm pretty sure, that will be focused throughout this fantastic, iconic event. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Emerson. Thank you for being so clear and precise. And the next, I would like to call upon the stage the top-notch Himalayan ecologist, a renowned ecologist of the world, Professor S.P. Singh sir. He is currently the president of Appropriate Technology India, which works for the sustainable livelihood and sustainable technologies. Thank you.
Honorable Subodh and friends on dais and friends here. Whenever it comes to, say, thinking about a minister who is a progressive, not only in state but anywhere in India, Subodh's name comes first, or easily comes. At least it easily comes to my mind. Well, as far as this institution is concerned, my friend Dr. Singh said that it's developing. My feeling that the way it has developed in the last 30 years or so, I won't be surprised if it would be, say, in next 30 years, it might be comparable with the best in the world. The way they have progressed over the last 30 years or something like that. One should watch carefully and see that this institution can be converted into one of the best in India. India, not only India, but anywhere else. As far as the issue of this is concerned, I was discussing with my friend who was sitting with me, is the condition of waste management less hopeful or more hopeful. It is dismal, more dismal. That is what his observation was. Whereas the investment in production is far greater than, and doesn't correspond with the investment in the waste management or treatment of those things. This is a cultural problem, as he said, that the gap between these two things continues. I would like to also add a few things about Himalaya. I don't know whether you know it or not. It must be among the most, one of the biggest natural systems of the world. If Amazonia is known for forests, bigger forests, more carbon, this place is known for also in a very more complex way, but it can be comparable with the Amazonia in several ways. It is called third pole because it has more ice and snow than any other part of the world except the two poles. It has a diversity which is comparable. No, well, of course not Amazonia. The more important thing is that the Himalayan ecosystems are connected with the plains, the 10 river systems which originate from Himalaya, where live about 1.9 billion people. These figures are amazing. So if you combine these two, the Himalaya and the plains the basins which originate from them, it should be among one of the greatest systems on the planet of the Earth. Unfortunately, this is not taken that way. I never heard American president talking about Himalayas. He should. I'm saying it's so important. My point is this. The plains, say, in a way I would say this robust plains of Gangetic Plain, at least I know, exist because of the continuous replenishment of soil and water from the Himalayas. But in turn, what we are getting from this 1.9 billion people, a lot of carbon deposited on the glaciers. And they say that not only global warming, but deposition of carbon is one of the greatest issues as far as melting, the rapid melting of the glaciers are concerned. And much of it comes perhaps from the adjoining plains and say not from the Himalaya itself. It leads to another question then, the carbon justice I call it, or waste matter justice you can say. The people who lived in mountains never hardly emitted any carbon. The per person, per capita output must say the emission might be something about less than ton per year, compared to global average of 4 to 6 tons, India's average of 2 tons, but Himalaya is perhaps in many states is less than 0.8 or something like that. So it comes to a point that those who never emitted are more affected by the waste management, poor waste management, or say things which happen throughout the world. And those people suffer from more catastrophes related to climate change. They suffer because the water shortage may be in future. So my submission is that those who talk about say waste management should also include the carbon issue in a cultural point of view, in the sense that because of them climate change has been slow and it still is still slow. And if you look at the Himalayan population, it's and the connected plains, especially those who lived in India in many ways, their emission level is so low that climate change could have been much faster without them. Had they been, say, different people than they are, the climate change rate would have been faster. So the world would have not been given opportunity to really address this issue. So when it comes to say, my idea of justice is that we should at least tell them that because of you climate change has been slow. They don't know even. I'm saying that they have served society and they are still serving every day. And this is going on, this process is going on. We pay for those who will fix new carbon. But those who never emitted or the process was slow, they kept process slow, they are never recognized. And this is a matter of justice. So I thought that it's not the issue of India only, it's a global issue that those who lived in mountains, those who really emitted hardly anything, and are suffering more than other people, their services should be recognized, and there should be some arrangement for the payment for those people who really manage the resources in a way sustainably. So climate change or waste management, perhaps conceptually all these things should be interconnected, and sense of justice should be there. So that's my idea. I don't know whether it is going to be implementable in the future or not, but at least those emitted less should be acknowledged. They should be told they don't know that they have done some service. This should be seen that way also. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor S.P. Singh. It was really an honor and privilege to have you here and to hear from you. I now request Professor Unniyal, who is a distinguished professor at University of California, Irvine, and he'll be speaking. He'll have a long speech in the keynote session. I request him to give briefly, say something in a couple of minutes.
Thank you. I will try to do it in 1 minute. I know we're short of time. Honorable Minister, Chancellor, distinguished guests and colleagues, it's really an honor for me to be here. I have 3 points to make. The first is that I want to dedicate these 2 minutes to the students in the audience. You will be the CEOs of the future. You'll be implementing policies in the private sector and the public sector. I think it's a privilege to be here at this conference to hear all of the challenges and opportunities that we have. So I dedicate this to the students and have good interactions. The second point is that the idea of circular economy is not new, but it has new influence. We had in the 1970s and 80s the idea of industrial ecology, where we were modeling industrial ecosystems along the path of the planet. The Earth does not produce waste. Everything that's manufactured by natural systems are also decomposed and recycled. And we need to revisit how we can do that in industrial systems. I also want to make the point that at this conference we have not just researchers, policymakers, but we also have producers. I was privileged to be sitting next to my colleague, Mr. Rao, who worked for many years in the pharmaceutical industry. I've worked with the electronics industry. We need to bring the producers to the table as we think about the research programs and how to implement them. Otherwise, we will publish our abstracts and proceedings and it will end there. It cannot end there. We have to implement the results of good quality research. So thank you. I look forward to the conversations over the next 3 days as we exchange views and ideas, and to meeting you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Unniyal. And now I would like to invite our chief guest for the day, Mr. Subodh Uniyal. So before he joins us, we'd like to mention a few things about him. Currently, he is serving as a Parliamentary Affairs and Forest Minister of Uttarakhand and the President of the Uttarakhand State Football Association. He was elected as a member of the 2017 Uttarakhand Legislative Assembly and again in the 2022 for the same, from the Narendranagar constituency in Tehri Garhwal district. And I must say that he is one of the most humble and easily approachable minister in the state. So with big round of applause, I invite him on the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Hon'ble GEU Prof.Sadhan, President, International Society of Waste Management, Air and Water, Mr. C.R.C. Mohanty, Environment Program Coordinator at the United Nations Center for Regional Development, Dr. Christian G. Engelson, Senior Scientist, and respected Professor S.P. Singh, Chairman ATI and former Vice Chancellor, Gadwal University, Dr. K.R. Haig Christensen, Chief Scientist, Robert Olade, Professor Rajesh Nathani, Distinguished Scientists, and students. To be here is a matter of pride for me, and for this I am thankful to Graphicera, Dean University and ATI for inviting me on this conference on zero waste and circular economy. As you know, 72% of total area of Uttarakhand is forest covered. So, this is very challengeable for every Uttarakhandi to work on the sustainable waste management and circular economy. Same time, for Minister, when I am also looking after the Department of Technical Education. तो I think इस पर काम करने की मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा आवश्यकता है, because as I was told by Professor Ghosh that 3,46,000 students from different countries have been working with associations. I assure him definitely our government will help you to implement this in Uttarakhand. Definitely I assure you. But I am of the opinion, when we are discussing on this challenging issue, but I am of the opinion that you can't find any solution of any challenge without involving the community. Community participation is the only solution. And I am working on this concept. मैं जब मंत्री बना तो मैं पहला सवाल पूछा अपने प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरी से, मैंने सुधांशु tell me one thing. This concept of chief secretary, principal secretary, joint secretary, deputy secretary, ये पहले आया या फॉरेस्ट का एग्जिस्टेंस पहले का? तो सुधांशु ने कहा था अनडाउटेडली फॉरेस्ट का एग्जिस्टेंस पहले का. फिर I asked my head of forest force, at that time Vinod Singhal was the head of forest force. I asked him, Vinod bhai, ये head of forest force, PCCM, chief conservator forest, DFO, ये पहले आया या फॉरेस्ट पहले आया? उन्होंने कहा था फॉरेस्ट का एग्जिस्टेंस पहला. फिर डॉक्टर A.K. ज्योति, you know him, डॉक्टर अनिल कुमार ज्योति, I asked him, अगर ज्योति जी आप पर्यावरण बिल पहले आए या फॉरेस्ट पहले आया? उन्होंने कहा था फॉरेस्ट पहले आया. मैं जब चीफ मिनिस्टर के बैठे थे, मैंने चीफ मिनिस्टर, MLA, MP, ये कंसेप्ट भी बात आया फॉरेस्ट पहले आया. इट मीन्स कि हम लोगों का कोई रोल इस फॉरेस्ट के एग्जिस्टेंस में नहीं है. अगर आखिर जरूरत क्या पड़ी कि हम सब के आने के बाद 1980 में फॉरेस्ट कंजर्वेशन एक्ट लाना पड़ा? इसका मतलब ये कि जब से हमने हमारा इन्वॉल्वमेंट फॉरेस्ट में आया तो पब्लिक का कनेक्शन जो था फॉरेस्ट से तो धीरे धीरे कट गया. और इसका नतीजा ये हुआ कि फॉरेस्ट लगातार डैमेज हो रहा है. अगर आज द नीड ऑफ आवर इज टू कनेक्ट पीपल विद फॉरेस्ट. और कनेक्ट कैसे होगा? जो मैं समझता हूँ सबके पीछे जो आपने सर्कुलर इकोनॉमी की बात की, सर्कुलर इकोनॉमी एंड लाइवलीहुड, इज द ओनली सॉल्यूशन। तो मैंने कहा, उसके बाद मैंने एश्योर किया कि 16 में फॉरेस्ट मिनिस्टर मैं पीपुल फ्रेंडली पॉलिसी पे ही फोकस करूंगा। और हम लोगों ने कई अमेंडमेंट्स किए। यू नो द कंसेप्ट ऑफ वन पंचायत, you know about the concept of वन पंचायत? We are the only state country जो इस कंसेप्ट पे वर्क कर रहे हैं। We have 11,230 वन पंचायत इन माय स्टेट और 25 लाख लोग इससे जुड़े हुए हैं। बट ये वन पंचायतों में जो 25 लाख आदमी जुड़ा है, इसकी लाइवलीहुड तो कोई मतलब ही नहीं था। उनको केवल काम दिया गया था कि टू मेंटेन देयर वन पंचायत। तो मैं वन पंचायत एक्ट में एक अमेंडमेंट करके एक हमने अलाउ किया कि वन पंचायत से जो लोग जुड़े हैं वो वन पंचायत की जमीन पे फार्मिंग कर सकते। और 628 करोड़ का एक प्रोजेक्ट हमने लॉन्च किया, लॉन्च द प्रोजेक्ट ऑफ 622 करोड़ only for herbal plants. We will provide herbal plants to the पंचायत और वो उस पर काम करें और उसके बाद उसकी मार्केटिंग, उसकी प्रोसेसिंग, उसका वैल्यू एडिशन, इसमें गवर्नमेंट उनकी हेल्प करेगी ताकि उन 25 लाख लोगों की फॉरेस्ट से कहीं ना कहीं लाइवलीहुड जुड़ जाए। दूसरा, हम पे ट्री प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट, only 27 species जो थी exempted थी, otherwise all hundreds of species were banned। मैं उसको अमेंड किया और आज उत्तराखंड में only 17 species are banned and rest of the species हमने खोल दी कि अपने खेत में अगर आप, अपनी जमीन में, अपने खेत में अगर आप प्लांट्स लगाएंगे तो यू आर फ्री टू कट, ताकि उसकी लाइवलीहुड का कमी हो। तीसरा बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है एनवायरनमेंट के लिए जो आपका मेन है, इसके पीछे आप सबकी चिंता ये है कि नेक्स्ट जनरेशन कैसे सर्वाइव करेगी। हम लोग तो कभी कुछ सर्वाइव कर गए, 5, 10, 15, 20 साल और रहेंगे, बट अल्टीमेटली जो ये बच्चे और जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, इनकी जनरेशन कैसे सर्वाइव करे। जो हालात है जिसमें से क्लाइमेट चेंज, ग्लोबल वार्मिंग, ग्लेशियर्स का लगातार पिघलना, यार बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज केवल इंडिया का नहीं है, ये ग्लोबल इश्यू है। कैसे इस चैलेंज को हम मीट आउट कर सकें, इसके लिए सबसे बड़ी चीज है कि हम पब्लिक को किस तरह से कनेक्ट करें। हम माय प्राइम मिनिस्टर, उनका तो कंसेप्ट ही है, मिशन लाइफ उन्होंने एक दिया है कि केवल एक दिन के लिए नहीं, आपको जो मुझे अभी राजेश नेहरानी से बात हो रही थी, उन्होंने जो मुझे 7R प्रिंसिपल ऑफ 7R, रिफ्यूज, रिड्यूस, रीयूज, रिपेयर, रिसाइकिल, रिगिफ्ट एंड रिकवर, 7R को लाइफ मिशन बना दिया। जिस तरह कोविड में एक मास्क हम लोगों की एक ड्रेस कोड हो गया था, इसी तरह लाइफ मिशन लाइफ में आपको एनवायरनमेंट को किस तरह आपको बचाना है, निश्चित रूप से 7R को हमें अडॉप्ट करना पड़ेगा। और दूसरा, प्रोफेसर साहब SP सिंह साहब ने जो कार्बन एमिशन की बात की, द एवरेज ऑफ द ग्लोबल एवरेज इज 4 to 6.
Different ways.
National average is 2.
India 2.
And our national average. And the average of Himalayan state is 0.4.
Less than 1.
Less than 1. तो भैया हम लोग दुनिया को फॉरेस्ट भी दे रहे हैं, तो मैंने जैसा हम लोग का 72% ऑफ टोटल एरिया ऑफ दिस स्टेट इज फॉरेस्ट कवर्ड। अल्टीमेटली हमको वी आर ए डेवलपिंग स्टेट, हम लोगों में जमीन नहीं है कि हम कहीं किसी डेवलपिंग स्टेट होने का बड़े बड़े प्रोजेक्ट लाएं, लेकिन फॉरेस्ट को प्रोटेक्ट करना, कार्बन एमिशन भी हमारा सबसे कम है और सफर भी हम करें। इसके लिए भाई पूरे क्योंकि ये जरूरी है, दैट्स व्हाई आवर स्टेट इज आस्किंग फॉर ग्रीन बोनस। तो ये कंसेप्ट आपको दुनिया को स्वीकार करना पड़ेगा कि जो लोग कार्बन एमिशन कम से कम करने का काम कर रहे हैं, एनवायरमेंट को बचाने का काम कर रहे हैं, उनको कहीं ना कहीं ग्रीन बोनस से जोड़ना पड़ेगा। और ये ग्रीन बोनस यहाँ के लोगों की लाइवलीहुड में आए। अब फॉरेस्ट फायर है, वी आर वर्किंग ऑन फॉरेस्ट फायर मिटिगेशन। द प्रॉब्लम इज पहले भी फायर आग लगती थी और गांव के लोग खुद आग को बुझाया करते थे। आज गांव का आदमी बिल्कुल उदासीन हो गया, कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं लेता फॉरेस्ट फायर मिटिगेशन के लिए। वहां पर भी हम आगे आए और पहली बार हम लोगों ने गांव तक के उनका इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है, हम लोगों ने कमेटी फॉर्म की अंडर द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द प्रधान ऑफ द ग्राम सभा, और उसमें महिला मंगल दल, युवक मंगल दल, रेवेन्यू डिपार्टमेंट एंड डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ फॉरेस्ट ये मेंबर बनाए और वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग 30,000 रुपीज इंसेंटिव फॉर एवरी ग्राम पंचायत कि वो फॉरेस्ट फायर मिटिगेशन में काम करे। इसके अलावा अवार्ड करने की आवश्यकता है जो आदमी काम करे। हम लोगों ने फॉरेस्ट फायर मिटिगेशन को लेके, आपको मालूम है 13 डिस्ट्रिक्ट इन आवर स्टेट, हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में हमने 3 अवार्ड या टोटल नंबर ऑफ अवार्ड आर 39 देना शुरुआत की। जो ग्रुप या जो इंडिविजुअल फॉरेस्ट फायर मिटिगेशन में काम करेगा, हर जिले में एक आदमी को 1 लाख रुपए, 75,000 रुपए, 51,000 रुपए 3 अवार्ड देंगे ताकि लोगों को फॉरेस्ट फायर मिटिगेशन से जोड़ सके। और यही फॉरेस्ट एम्प्लॉइज के लिए भी किया है। जो फॉरेस्ट एम्प्लॉय इसमें जिसका रोल सबसे बेहतर होगा, हर जिले में 3 फॉरेस्ट एम्प्लॉइज को भी हम अवार्ड करने का काम करेंगे। इसके अलावा फॉरेस्ट फायर की द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ फॉरेस्ट फायर इन उत्तराखंड इज पेरूल फाइन। हम लोग 10 रुपए केजी पेरूल खरीद रहे हैं, इंसेंटिव ना खरीद नहीं रहे, ये इंसेंटिव दे रहे हैं गाँव वालों को 10 रुपीज फॉर 1 केजी, और उसके बाद वो उनको फॉरवर्ड लीकेज दे रहे हैं जिसमें 3 रुपए पर केजी वो इंडस्ट्री उससे दे रहा है। तो 13 रुपए पर केजी पेरूल से आज गांव की औरतें पेरूल को जमा करने के लिए उनको उन्होंने लाइवलीहुड से जुड़ा, पेरूल जमा करने का। इस बार हम लोगों का जो फॉरेस्ट फायर था ऊपर वाली कृपा थी, लेकिन टोटल फॉरेस्ट फायर इन द स्टेट वर 20% ऑफ द लास्ट ईयर डैमेज। तो फॉरेस्ट फायर कम्युनिटी इन्वॉल्वमेंट इज द ओनली वे, द ओनली सोल्यूशन। जब तक आप हम लाख वर्कशॉप कर लें, डिस्कशन कर लें, लेकिन अगर हम कम्युनिटी को इन्वॉल्व नहीं करेंगे और इसकी सस्टेनेबिलिटी के लिए आवश्यक है कि पहले लोगों की लाइवलीहुड से जुड़े। और जो मुझे मालूम है आज दुनिया में जिस तरह से पूरा ग्लोबल इशू है, और खासकर उत्तराखंड, आपने क्लाइमेट में इसमें चेंज का कारण इस बार देखा पूरी दुनिया में। देहरादून जैसी जगह में टेम्परेचर 40 डिग्री पहुंचा, मुंबई में एक बार 48 डिग्री, जो बड़ा मॉडरेट क्लाइमेट के लिए जाना जाता है, एक बार 48 डिग्री का मुंबई। तो ये बहुत चैलेंजिंग है। और इसका बच्चों सबसे ज्यादा जो आपकी जनरेशन है इसका अस्तित्व कर रहे हैं। इसीलिए आज कई अफॉरेस्टेशन इसमें बहुत बड़ा एक आवश्यकता है। किल प्लास्टिक, ये गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया इसमें चलिए किल प्लास्टिक। हमको प्लास्टिक को हर हालत में हम लोगों को अवॉइड करना पड़ेगा। तीसरा, सर्कुलर इकोनॉमी। आज इस सर्कुलर इकोनॉमी में अभी प्रोफेसर घोष बता रहे थे, आपने तो ठीक है तो कितना हम लोगों के यहाँ वेस्ट है, लेकिन वेस्ट टू वेल्थ, उस वेस्ट से वेल्थ की तरफ किस तरह हम जाए, ये सर्कुलर इकोनॉमी की इससे आज सबसे बड़ी आवश्यकता महसूस होती है दुनिया में। और हम लोग काम भी कर रहे हैं। और हम लोग और डिपार्टमेंट, फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट ने हमने तो साहब जो बोतल साहब यूज करते हैं पानी की, उसमें 10 रुपये पर बोतल भी हम लोगों ने देना शुरू किया डिपार्टमेंट ने। क्या वापस लाइए 10 रुपये पर बोतल हम दे। और देखिए हम लोगों क्या है, हम लोग सेलिब्रेट करते हैं दैट इज हरेला। व्हाट अबाउट द हरेला बच्चों? व्हाट इज हरेला? इनिशियली हरेला वाज सेलिब्रेटेड इन कुमाऊं एरिया ओनली। राज्य बनने के बाद अभी पूरे प्रदेश में स्प्रेड कर गया। हरेला कुछ नहीं है, ये दुनिया में हम लोग आए, एक माँ ने हमें जन्म दिया, और दूसरी माँ धरती है जो हमें पाल रही है। तो ये हरेला केवल ये है उस धरती का हम आभार प्रकट कर रहे हैं। हे माँ, तूने हमें इस तरह का वातावरण दिया, हवा दी, जीवन दिया, इसके लिए क्या जरूरी है? जिससे अपनी माँ के प्रति हमारा अटैचमेंट है, अपना प्रेम है, उससे धरती माँ के प्रति भी अटैचमेंट रखते हुए धरती को किस तरह से इन तमाम चैलेंजेस से बचाने का हम कार्य करें, आज हमारी प्रायोरिटी यही होनी चाहिए। और मुझे मालूम है एसपी सिंह साहब, तो आई सैल्यूट हिम फॉर हिज कंट्रीब्यूशन इन द फील्ड ऑफ एनवायरमेंट एंड सस्टेनेबिलिटी ऑफ, जिस आदमी ने जीवन लगा दिया। नाउ ही आई थिंक 82, कितना और चलेंगे? 18 साल, 100 से ऊपर तो मैं कहूंगा भी नहीं चाहिए। लेकिन आज भी उम्र के इस पड़ाव में जिस तरह आपका एप्रोप्रिएट टेक्नोलॉजी इंडिया के अध्यक्ष के रूप में आप जो समाज की सेवा कर रहे हैं, आप जाने माने इकोलॉजिस्ट हैं, सब जानते हैं इस चीज को, इज ए रेनाउंड इकोलॉजिस्ट। और यूनिवर्सिटी में आज जो हमारी गढ़वाल यूनिवर्सिटी सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी बनी, क्रेडिट गोज टू एसपी सिंह साहब। आई रिमेंबर कोई दिन ऐसा नहीं था जब सिंह साहब फोन न करें यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए। डेली उनसे मेरी बात होती थी, कहते थे विजय बहुना है, विजय बहुना मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट, विजय बहुना जो चीफ मिनिस्टर है मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट, रोज फोन करके भाई इसको सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी को माना है। तो और जिस तरह एक किस जनरेशन के लीगल है, रेनाउंड साइंटिस्ट ऑफ उत्तराखंड डॉक्टर डी पंत, he was his father too. तो आज मुझे सबसे बड़ी बात जो मुझे अच्छी लगी कि आपने जो आपका कंट्रीब्यूशन है उसको देखते हुए एटीआई ने आपके नाम पे जो अवार्ड की शुरुआत कर रहे हैं, वह आज के लिए सारे ऑर्गेनाइजर्स को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं, बधाइयाँ देता हूँ, साधुवाद देता हूँ। आप लगाइए कि इस डॉक्टर सिंह नीति घाटी, सांगुला घाटी में 60 डिग्री टेम्परेचर पर कार्य कर रही है। बाप रे बाप, 7 डिग्री टेम्परेचर, कैन यू इमेजिन? मैन ऑफ 82 ईयर्स और 60 डिग्री टेम्परेचर में काम करे। अब जो ये आपने हमारी इकोलॉजिक बैलेंस के लिए, आपने हमारी बायोडाइवर्सिटी को बचाने के लिए जो काम किए अनडाउटेडली, उसके लिए आप सम्मान के पात्र हैं। और जो अवार्ड का नाम रखा है कार्बन जस्टिस अवार्ड, तो निश्चित रूप से कार्बन जस्टिस अवार्ड लोगों के अंदर एक अवेयरनेस लाएगा, क्योंकि आज कार्बन ट्रेडिंग दुनिया में एक बहुत बड़ा व्यापार बन चुका है। और कोई दिन ऐसा नहीं है सिंह साहब जब गाय फ्रॉम कनाडा, यूएस, ब्राजील डेली मुझे अपलोड करते हैं, साहब हम आपके यहाँ कार्बन उस पर काम करना चाहते हैं। लेकिन द प्रॉब्लम इज अभी तक इसका स्टैंडर्ड तय नहीं है कोई भी दुनिया में। डर ये लगता है कि ऐसा ना स्कैम बन जाए। हमने 20 रुपये 50 रुपये के हिसाब से कर लिया और कल मालूम हुआ सडनली, जैसे आज देख रहे हैं ना, दिवाली तक सोना चढ़ता चढ़ता गया, आज मैं पढ़ रहा था कि 12,000 कम आ गया दिवाली के बाद। तो ये जो फ्लक्चुएशन है अभी, इसमें कार्बन ट्रेडिंग एक बहुत बड़ा दुनिया में संभावनाओं को लेकर के ये लोगों की लाइवलीहुड के लिए और सस्टेनेबल इन्वायरमेंट के लिए मैं समझता हूँ एक बहुत बड़ा एक ये विकल्प साबित होगा कि हमें किस तरह से कार्बन इमिशन को कम करने के लिए, जो एक प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा है कि एक पेड़ माँ के नाम, हम तो जरूर अब फॉरेस्टेशन में काम करने की आवश्यकता है। इसीलिए हम लोग, मैं अभी वियतनाम गया, वियतनाम में आई वाज सरप्राइज। वियतनाम की वुड इंडस्ट्री इज ए बिग इंडस्ट्री और एरिया बहुत है, और बिलियंस ऑफ डॉलर उनका एक्सपोर्ट है अमेरिका को, वियतनामी वुडन फर्नीचर। तो आने के बाद हम लोग भी इस राज्य में अपनी एग्रो फॉरेस्ट्री पे पॉलिसी राय बना रहे हैं कि किस तरह हम लोग एग्रो फॉरेस्ट्री के माध्यम से भी, वुड इंडस्ट्री के माध्यम से भी अपने यहाँ के लोगों की लाइवलीहुड को कैसे स्ट्रेंथन कर सकें। और मैं मुझे बड़ा विश्वास है जिस तरह डॉक्टर सिंह ने कहा है कि 1% कार्बन एमिशन बाय हिमालयन स्टेट। इसका मतलब यह है कि हम लोग ऐसी ही परिस्थिति में रहे हैं। आप देख रहे हैं थराली, धराली, मुंशियारी, पौड़ी, हमारी स्टेट एक डिजास्टर स्टेट बन गई है। और कब कहाँ पर किस तरह का डिजास्टर आ जाए, और उसके बावजूद भी अगर हम कार्बन एमिशन में दुनिया की सेवा करने का काम कर रहे हैं, तो इसका क्रेडिट जाता है उन लोगों को जिन्होंने अपने जीवन को बड़े कष्ट में बीतते हुए पहाड़ों में रहकर मड हाउसेज में रह रहे हैं। ये मड हाउस, और आज सबसे बड़ा कारण आपका सीमेंट कंक्रीट भी है, क्योंकि पहाड़ में जिस तरह हिमालयन स्टेट में लोगों ने खेती के माध्यम से अपनी लाइवलीहुड चलाई, फॉरेस्ट पर उनकी डिपेंडेंसी थी, और कहीं ना कहीं ये फॉरेस्ट को बचाने में उनकी बहुत बड़ा रोल रहा। ये निश्चित रूप से ये अवार्ड जो है उन लोगों को एक उनके लिए एक मॉरल बूस्टर का काम करेगा। और जो सिंह साहब का जो योगदान है इस सेक्टर में, उसको निश्चित रूप से लोग याद करेंगे और कहीं ना कहीं उससे इंस्पायर होंगे। मैं जो सिंह साहब को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ कि प्रभु आपको सफाई करे और आप इसी तरह हम लोगों को अपना आशीर्वाद देते रहें। लास्ट बट नॉट लीस्ट, I just wanted a great success. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
श्री सुबोध उनियाल जी को अशेष धन्यवाद इतना सुंदर वक्तव्य पेश करने के लिए। एंड नेक्स्ट वी हैव द ओपनिंग ऑफ आवर issues of Journal of Solid Waste Technology and Management and the 2 volumes of containing all the abstracts, the books, abstract books. I request all the dignitaries on the stage to kindly open and release the books and the journals.
This is the volume of the conference proceedings. And we also have dignitaries, if you can please take one of the journals in your hand also.
I just wanted to acknowledge that this whole idea of carbon and award is because of a person who is sitting, Rajesh, Dr. Rajesh mentioned. I have many PhD students, maybe about 40, 50 interconnected in a different way. But it is Rajesh who started thinking about recognizing doing something so that whatever I did is recognized in some way. And so I'm thankful to the initiative and his thinking about overall welfare of the people. He is one of the person who can translate some best English books by say written in spirituals or religion and so on. He's a very capable person. He spent about 15 years in America and came to India just to serve people. And he thought that I have done something good. So his whole attitude of, say, giving value to those who serve is this is almost say achieved by single-handedly by him. So I'm thankful to him that he thought of this way and made Subodh ji interested in this whole program. I just wanted to add one thing that we had a meeting in say Almora about a month ago. There were 85 one panchayat sarpanch had come. So the point was that I was making that can be modernize the whole system of forestry, means one panchayat especially, because they have become less interested now, because they don't get much from the forest, or they are not interested in what forest gives. So they were very excited, they were overwhelmed. The idea that our firefighter should be a modern person, with the proper shoes, proper dress up, and so that he's less vulnerable. then we should have, say, more metallurgical stations around them, more science, civil science like thing. So by doing so, can we give something like, say, small salary of 800,000 rupees, something like that, and one job, each one panchayat throughout Himalaya or throughout Uttarakhand? They said that at least these families would be always in Uttarakhand, they would be nearly. And for the money which they want, can be very small, means 8,000, 10,000 rupees, something per month. But a job, proper job, in the sense that he should be knowledgeable, he should be, say, custodian of the biodiversity and so on. Can this whole system be modernized? We can discuss at some stage when you have time. But I hope there's something which would help Uttarakhand to say the whole idea of abundant agriculture, living mountains. It affects you also. You feel a kind of guilt feeling is there. So they think that it's still possible. We can discuss जब मैं कभी आपके पास टाइम में आना चाहता हूँ।
Thank you, Professor SPC.
Notebook.
The Journal of Solid Waste Technology and Management was earlier published by Widener University. Now it is under the aegis of ISWMAW and Widener University. Thank you so much. It's time for felicitation and awards. Both ISWMAW and Graphic Era University are handing out a set of awards. And first we start by the awardees of IconSWM Excellence Awards. IconSWM every year awards some distinguished people for contribution in their field, especially in waste management, and it also hands over awards to cement plants. I now request Mr. Ullas Parlekar, who is an expert in cement industries, to kindly announce the awards, to be handed over by the Honorable Ministers and the distinguished guests on stage. Mr. Ullas Parlekar, sir, please.
Thank you very much, dignitaries on the dais, Minister sir, and students, ladies and gentlemen. So, we have, in this particular conference, from 2017 onwards, we have initiated to felicitate the cement industries who are doing excellent work in co-processing. I'm not sure whether you are aware of what co-processing is. Co-processing is to use waste as a resource in cement manufacture. So we use in cement manufacture all kinds of wastes, whether they are derived out of municipal waste, agricultural waste, or industrial hazardous and non-hazardous waste. So large amount of waste can be utilized as resource, as raw materials, as fuel in the cement manufacture. This technology was developed and implemented, and policy has been, enacted by Government of India to promote the utilization of these waste streams as resources. This initiative started somewhere in 2005-06, and that time maybe just about 100-200 tons were co-processed as resources. Today I'm very happy to say that in Indian cement industry we co-process almost about 4.5 to 5 million tons of different kinds of waste. And this we have here different industries who have been contributing to this particular cause, because if we don't utilize this as resources, this waste would go into dump yards and cause environmental damages. So this particular felicitation, we have different categories. We have 5 categories of awards. I will just give you a small brief. The first category is how much energy of fossil fuel that cement industry is replacing with waste materials. So that's category number 1. The second is how much in 5 years on an average basis utilized the waste material. The category 3, is how much of non-recyclable plastic waste, everybody is talking about plastic waste is concerned, how much of it is being utilized as resource by the cement industry. Cement industry has potential to utilize exceedingly large quantities of plastic waste which are non-recyclable as resources. And then how much in last 5 years we have utilized as a resource the same material which is non-recyclable plastic waste, and how much of waste they have utilized as a raw material in manufacture of cement. So these are the 5 categories. So I would like to announce the award winners. There are several cement plants who applied, then we shortlisted, we had a jury panel who selected the awards, and I have take pleasure in announcing them. The first award, I would like to invite Adani Ambuja Nagar Cement Plant to come and receive this particular award. Please come. So please come quickly. We don't have so much time. You can call all the names. Sure. The next is Nuvoco Vistas, Chittor Cement Plant, Rajasthan. So they are getting the award for achieving highest average thermal substitution rate. So Nuvoco Cement Plant, please come as the next award winner.
Thank you.
Next is Nuvoco, please come up to receive the awards. Then we would like to call ACC Chanda Cement Plant to be ready to receive the next award.
Someone can go there. Go there. No problem. Yes. I think we should arrange there.
Yeah. Thank you. No, not this.
ACC Chanda Cement Works, please receive the awards. ACC Chanda Cement Works has received the awards for utilizing largest quantity of non-recyclable plastic waste in year 2024. The next is MP Birla Chanderia Cement Plant in Rajasthan. So they have won 2 awards, the Diamond Award for utilizing largest amount of plastic waste for 5 years, and they have also received the Platinum Award.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
I invite the team from MP Birla Chanderia plant to receive the awards. They have received Diamond Award for utilizing non-recyclable plastic waste for 5 years, and also the award for utilizing highest quantity of waste material as fuel, replacing the fossil fuels. May I now invite Adani Marwar Mundwa Cement Plant of Rajasthan to receive the awards for utilizing highest quantum of waste material as resource. Please welcome Marwar Mundwa Cement Plant of Adani's, based in Rajasthan, who have received Diamond Award for highest quantum of waste utilization as alternative raw material. May I now invite JSW Nandyal Cement Plant to receive the next award. JSW has achieved Platinum Award for some largest quantity of waste material as fuel utilization and also as largest quantum of utilizing plastic waste, non-recyclable plastic waste. Is JSW there? Yeah, please. So JSW Nanjal plant is receiving the award, Platinum Awards for category 2 and category 3.
Is that so? Smile.
May I now invite Nuvoco Vista Cement Plant from Chhattisgarh, who are also receiving 2 awards. The first award is Platinum Award for category 5 for utilizing largest quantum of waste as resources, and Gold Award for category 3 for utilizing non-recyclable from Rizda there. They have not come. So may I go to the last? You are there? Okay, please come. So Nuvoco Vista from Rizda is receiving the award. 2 awards. The 2 awards. One is Gold Award for category 3 and Platinum Award for category 5.
Can you come closer, sir? Sir, Singh sir, kindly come closer.
And the last award is for Shiva Cement. So Shiva Cement also is receiving 2 awards. One is Gold Award for the category 1, which is highest substitution rate for fuel substitution, and also Gold Award for category 5. So Shiva Cement, please come up to receive the award. So we take pleasure in congratulating all the cement plants who have achieved excellent results utilizing waste as resources. For the awards, I list here. Okay, fine. So we'll just finish. There are only few awards now. So one is the, this co-processing is done with the help of a leadership quality in the plant, and we have been awarding the leaders who have taken up this particular cause of utilizing waste as resource. So I would like to announce first Shri Umashankar Chaudhary, Ambuja Nagar Cement Plant.
What we can do is, we can call all of them together.
Okay, fine.
Let them take a photo.
Okay, together. So, Mr. Umashankar Chaudhary from Ambuja Nagar Cement Plant, Shri Neeraj Acharya from Nuvoco Vista Chittor Plant, Shri Ravish Dalal, Nuvoco Vista Rizda Plant, Shri Sajish Guru from JSW Nanjal Plant, Shri Chetan Rawal from Marwar Kundwa Cement Plant of Andali, then Shri Satyanarayanan Digambar, Chanda Cement Plant, Deepak Jasuja, Chanderia Cement Plant, and Anil Kumar Mishra from Shiva Cement. So may I request all the leaders to kindly come on the dais. So they have done marvelous work in utilizing waste. Waste utilization in manufacturing is not so easy job. It's a very, very difficult task. And this particular thing has been achieved by under the leadership of these gentlemen. Please give them a big applause. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So next week.
Yeah. So okay. We are just handing over the awards to them. These 8 plants have done marvelous work of utilizing almost about 500,000 tons of waste materials. It's a remarkable job.
Chetan Rawal, आया?
Unfortunately, the leaders, some of the leaders could not really participate here because of their engagements elsewhere. Their representatives are collecting the awards. So we request to kindly hold the awards and please receive.
And next,
please be ready for the photos.
Anil Kumar? You can just hold it and take a photo.
Yes, please.
Sir, firstly take a photograph, then wait for a video.
Okay.
Everyone, this side, smile. Sir, ID card first. Thank you.
Wait, sir. Thank you very much.
One video. Wait. One video. So 3 more persons will come. Palash, Mrs. Ghosh.
Okay.
Yeah. 3
So
more.
we have 3 more awards. You know, for the people who have been doing exceedingly great work in promoting the sustainability and circular economy initiatives in association with the ISWMAW. So I call upon first is to Dr. Christian John Ingelson. May I hand over the award to Mr. Award?
एक साथ जाओ. 3.
May I now also ask Dr. Mitali Ghosh Bakshi to kindly come on the dais, and also I would like to request Mr. Palash Kumar Saha to kindly come on the dais to receive the award. These gentlemen and ladies have contributed substantially to the initiative of ISWMAW in promoting the waste management and circular economy initiatives. So,
next,
a big applause to the individual awardees for this particular category. This is the individual recognition that we do for people who are contributing substantially to the cause of circular economy and waste management.
He's one of the youngest surprise from Norway.
So Palash is receiving the award. Palash is based out of Norway. He has been associated with Sintef. He is a scientist and he is contributing to the cause of circular economy. So thank you very much. I request to kindly take the dais. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Pandikar. And I would like to say once again for all our dignitaries, because there are some awards which Traffic is conferring. The first award, the award of the Young Environmental Visionary Award. This year it goes to Dr. Vipin Gupta, Deputy Director, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So I invite Dr. Vipin Gupta on the stage. Dr. Vipin Gupta is recognized for his exemplary contributions to environmental awareness, sustainable development and ecological conservation. Dr. Gupta has sensitized more than 25,000 individuals through educational outreach, plantation and cleanliness drives and public engagement programs. How can we forget our sponsors? So first I would like to call upon the stage the sponsor, the Bharat Oil, one of our sponsors, and Harshil Mangalani, he is the CEO of the Bharat Oil. And I also invite Dr. Atul Srivastava to come on the stage. They are our sponsors. Corporate Excellence Award in the Environmental Stewardship. We are conferring the Corporate Excellence Award in Environmental Stewardship to Harshit Mangalani. and Atul Srivastav from Bharat Oil, one of our sponsors for this 15th International Conference. Next, I request Mr. Dinesh Khatriji from the Ultratech Cement to kindly come on the stage. Mr. Dinesh Khatriji from Ultratech Cement is here. Waiters are just around the corner. So I think it's taken about this yeah. So next is Dinesh Khatriji. Mr. Dinesh Khatriji is here from Ultratech Cement. Okay. On behalf of Ultratech Cement, we have this big party. So thank you very much, ma'am. The next sponsor, it's been the silver sponsor for this event, the Specialty Industrial Polymers and Coating Private Limited. So if any representative from the Specialty Industrial Polymers is there, kindly come on the stage. We are extremely thankful for them. I think nobody is there from the Specialty Industrial Polymers. This is one of our sponsors. Now I would like to invite Mr. Atul Jain from the Appropriate Technology India. Appropriate Technology India, Mr. Atul Jain. Yeah, he's here. Thank you very much, sir. And the president of ATI is sitting on the stage. We have already attended his address. Thank you very much. Yes, I request the president of ATI to kindly join. Kindly join. Come forward and join the award giving ceremony. Thank you. Next, I invite Kumar Gauravji from GEU Foundation. Mr. Rajesh Nethani ji, Dr. Rajesh Nethani ji is also with us. He is also part of ATI. We are truly grateful and also congratulate you for being part of this wonderful movement for solid waste management. Thank you. Next, may I invite Kumar Gauravji from GEU Foundation. GEU Foundation, yes, he is here. From GEU Foundation, Kumar Gauravji. He is also one of our sponsors for this event. Thank you very much. I thank all the dignitaries and I congratulate all the award winners, all the sponsors once again. And with this, yes, you all are requested to be seated. Please be seated. And just would like to have 2 or 3 more minutes because the next is the announcement of the next, that means the 16th International Conference.
In advance, I am not mentioning the name of the institute, but I am announcing your destination next year, the most beautiful place in India. Can you guess? It's Goa. And possibly in the month of December. They will announce it.
Sorry for taking another 5 minutes because I have just been informed that the felicitation of our chief guest is still pending. So I request the team, the organizing committee, to kindly come up with the token of thanks for our the guest of honors, and especially the chief guest. Just let's capture this moment. So first, the token of appreciation, the token of thanks to our chief guest, Mr. Subodh Uniyal ji. And I request Vice Chancellor Sir, Dehradun University to kindly present this beautiful, the Brahma Kamal. It's a state flower. Brahma Kamal to our Honorable Forest Minister. He said very rightly in his enlightening address that without community engagement, the entire movement for the sustainable waste management will go away. Thank you once again, sir. Now I request C.R. Ahmadi. Thank you, sir.
This side, sir. Photograph. Smile.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I request Mr. C.R. Mohanty to please come forward. And again, I request our chief guest and the Honorable Vice Chancellor and President ISW to present a token of thanks, a beautiful shawl to our chief, the guest of honor, Mr. C.R. Mohanty. The Environment Program Coordinator at United Nations Center for Regional Development, North, Japan. Thank you very much, sir. Now I request our guest of honor, Dr. Christian G. Engelson, to kindly come forward. And I request the President and Honorable Vice Chancellor along with the Chief Guest to present the token of thanks. Guest of honor. I request Professor S.P. Singh sir to kindly come forward.
This side, sir. Sir, please. Up here, please. Smile, everyone. This side, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Professor S.P. Singh sir, please come forward. And I request our chief guest along with the Vice Chancellor and President Secretary, President ISW, to kindly present. The last I would like to invite Professor Odale to kindly come forward and extend my apologies for if I pronounced your name not correctly.
Thank you.
We are again grateful to all our guests of honor and the chief guest. Yes, Odale sir, Dr. Odale. Yeah. Small token of thanks. Thank you very much. And for the next proceedings, we would like to pass the mic to Dr. Sarkar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bharti Sharma. Thank you, Minister. So we are the hosts, sir. So that brings us to the closing of the inaugural session. I now request all the dignitaries to kindly take a seat in the hall. And we next start with our keynote session. It is not yet over.
With this kind of waste and not just put it in the landfills or burn it. And obviously, the part of the circular economy that needs more attention is what you and I do with the phones and the computers and the kitchen appliances. Almost everything in households are now electronic products. And so how do we proceed from knowledge to action? In California, the Department of Toxic Substances Control has been aware of the challenge of electronic waste for a long time. Now, the United States is one of the largest e-waste producers in the world, but we also have a very low collection and recycling rate. Here it says 52%, but I'm sure that's just California. For the rest of the country, it's as low as 20% that's collected. And ultimately, when people move, they simply put this in the curbside or in regular waste, and it ends up in landfills. So one of the challenges is, of course, we're running out of landfill waste, particularly hazardous waste that we don't know how to deal with. So California established a waste recycling fee for electronic products. It is not expensive if you have the money, but this creates an imbalance because a lot of people now who don't have the resources, they still have their phones. And so they're not willing to pay this extra fee for recycling their waste. And we need to be able to reduce the gap between those who can engage in circular economy and those who cannot. When we've done research with my colleagues in economics, most Californians are willing to pay 10% extra for the cost of a greener phone. No lead, no brominated flame retardants, no mercury. So it's a challenge for manufacturers to create such entities. I serve on the Green Chemistry Advisory Board for Apple, and one of the challenges now is to how to make the wristband and the screens and all of the components that make their products distinctive to be free of PFAS. And we still don't have an alternative that works very well for PFAS. But this is sort of the next frontier for green electronics. We've been able to get rid of lead in most parts, but the waste stream still contains a lot of lead. Now, this doesn't mean that everybody in California is able to pay this extra 10%. In fact, it's a very small part of the population that's willing to pay that extra. Otherwise, people will continue to buy products that are not certified as green. We've also surveyed, and we try to do this survey regularly. So when people are not able to take their waste into a designated landfill, they store it in basements and attics until they're ready to move, and then they dispose of it. This survey is across all of the 50 states in California, and we're trying to do it internationally so that we can compare the US with other populations. The number of electronics that we keep in our basements and attics is important because earlier this year, we had a big fire in Los Angeles. We think climate change is related to this, and 30 people died, 16,000 homes were burned, 4.5 million tons of ash and debris resulted, which needed to be managed as waste. The loss was estimated to be more than $50 billion. We were contacted because we've done a lot of work on burning e-waste in our labs and measuring what's in the ash. And so when they wanted to determine how to deal with the ash from the fire, these studies were included. So we have a wide range of toxic metals, including cobalt, arsenic, beryllium. I'll go through this quickly in the interest of time. We've also changed in California our incandescent light bulbs to fluorescent light bulbs, which contain mercury, and also now to light-emitting diodes, which contain gallium arsenide and other components. So we estimated how much of the toxic ash resulting from the fires in the houses will have these components in them. We've also looked at brominated flame retardants that are shared from electronics, even without dismantling or burning them, and they are very distinct for electronic products. Now, in all the furniture we have here, the foam, I'm sure we'll find some brominated flame retardants, but there's a very particular category that's associated with electronic products, and we're able to estimate how much of that is present. The other thing are the batteries. In Los Angeles, some of the fires were not possible to put out very easily because people had Teslas parked in their garages, and lithium-ion batteries are notorious. You can't put them out easily. But if you're able to recycle lithium-ion batteries, you'll be able to also recover things like cobalt and other critical elements. But these are also going to be present in the ash. And so when people were cleaning up after the fires, there's a lot of toxic chemicals that they have to deal with, most of them from the burnt electronics. And the disposal of the ash became very controversial. California only has 2 hazardous waste landfills, and they're located in places where communities have built around, and they all didn't want the ash from Los Angeles to come to be disposed into the facilities. This is still an ongoing challenge. It would be better, of course, to not have the problem by reducing toxicity in the products, but that's not where we are. And that's part of the challenge we have. Finally, I think some of the presentations this morning said we have to be able to link what we're doing with hazardous waste to challenges that faced globally, including e-waste. With my colleague Narendra Singh, who's now at United Kingdom's Geological Survey, we were able to say that if you not only reduce the amount of toxic chemicals that go into the waste, but delay the use of your phone or computer, use it 1 or 2 more years before you buy a new one when it's still working well, you will save a lot of carbon emissions from all of the manufacturing. And so this links us back to the planetary health and planetary boundaries approach, that the electronics industry is a major contributor. About 10% of carbon emissions come from not just in manufacturing, but now with AI, the energy use of the data centers is intensifying, and the material composition of the products will continue to spur international challenges. The US is now in a race with China to stop the supply chain of critical minerals and lithium, and they signed an agreement with the Democratic Republic of Congo for lithium and cobalt. And so we're entering a new era where we really need to mine the waste rather than go into natural systems to get what we need to keep this going. So finally, I'm going to review that we introduced planetary health. E-waste is a big category of this, and proceeding from knowledge to action means we bring manufacturers to the table, bring policymakers to the table, and I thank you for your attention. Lots of people have contributed to this project, and including the government, private foundations, and I'm very grateful. Hopefully we'll have more discussion. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Professor Unnadale. We'll have more discussions throughout the 3 days. I now request on stage for the next keynote speech, Professor Shravan Kumar Ghosh. Professor Shravan Kumar Ghosh has published more than 250 articles and book chapters, and he is also among in the Harvard's list of top 2% scientists in waste management. Sir, your time is 15 minutes.
I wanted to speak on what is our new initiative. I'll not go to our traditional lecture of what research we are doing on production, co-processing, waste utilization. But my presentation will be based on the story of my action research. And that is with the kids, as I have been telling in last 3 years, that we need to change the society. We need to bring a radical change in the behavioral pattern of the people, including the child. So this is a story of how I am trying to change the behavior pattern of the students in the schools maybe, and some colleges. This is an outcome of my research. How much is the waste generated in different countries, how much is recycled, composted, and how much people are sending it to the landfill. And you will find that hardly you will get countries, apart from a part of the European countries and Japan, huge amount of waste is not being used for recycling and all that. So the resource efficiency is very low. India for last 10 years is improving a lot, and India's utilization is nearly 43% of the total waste. And of course, co-processing and waste to energy, these two are going side by side, and it is increasing a lot in our country. These are the amount of waste which is generated in India. And you know that why younger generations are very much needed in our movement. we, in most of the, if you look into the research papers, you will find hardly papers on what is happening in the area of waste management by the students in the school. You will get so many literature, what is being done on technology, on the other sides, but this is a missing gap. So I have caught that so that we can do something for the society. And even you won't find the data of how much waste is being generated in the schools in different countries. You'll find very stray, unreliable data, what is happening in the school. And some work, very constructively, is being carried out in Finland for quite a long time, and no country else. This is the summary of my story. What is being carried out? I have been working on this area since 1999 by asking the Central Pollution Control Board of India that why you are writing say no to plastics. Because if you say no to plastics, then you cannot survive. Because many of the things, like you cannot survive with your specs, but a part of that is made of plastic. So I told them specify which plastics. However, then the concept of 20 micron, 40 micron, 80 micron, then 120 micron now, and also the SUP, single-use plastic, came. So the thing is that we have to concentrate on the waste reduction, then utilization of the waste and waste management. We have number of rules in India on waste management. We have revamped the rules and we have incorporated rules since 2014. 2016 in India, we incorporated a very good mission and effective mission, that is Swachh Bharat mission. Then Swachh Sarvekshan. Swachh Sarvekshan measures what you are doing through Swachh Abhijan or Swachh, what is that? Swachh Bharat mission. Yeah. But you know, still then, the children of the schools were not addressed. So, from 30th January 2024, I designed the system and launched it in Kolkata. I talked to the people, schools, and 11 schools agreed that yeah, we will go ahead with that. And 2024, 30th January, the project mission was launched. Catch them young. Catch the school children and college children. And tell them what has to be done, what they are doing, what is the gap, and what has to be done. And on the basis of, we designed a training module for the teachers, whole day. We are providing training to the teachers, and then we are telling that you can make your people aware, your students aware. And we are also having a set of people who are trainers for the recycled product making. Like we are also giving the training to the students and the teachers how the waste which they are generating and they are storing can be converted into a recycled product. And not only that, how they can earn money by selling the recycling product. I am very happy, yesterday there was a model exhibition and students came from different parts of the country and they could earn some money by selling their recycled product in this university. And some of those are still sitting here, they are listening to us. So, and in this way, we are developing our system, and today, as I was telling, 386,000 students and teachers are working in this mission. In India, We have crossed 7 states, and I am very happy that the Minister of Uttarakhand, he committed that he will try to expand it in the schools. We have only 2 schools in Uttarakhand. 2 cities, Kathmandu and Chitwan, 13 schools in Nepal, they are implementing it. I went there in the month of March. The Georgian, my friends are sitting here. 2 schools in 150 Georgian public school and 174. This is the name of the schools. So they are implementing it. I went there in the month of March or April and they started it. And you know that in next year, this year December, Philippines and Indonesia will be starting it. And next year, 3 countries in Kenya, African countries, Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania, they will be implementing it. So, this is now moving transboundary. And the last part, but very important part, what I want to tell you, I want your support in expanding it. I want your support in expanding it. It doesn't need much of money, but it needs your endeavor to include more students in your city, in your village, in your country. What we are doing? Our main objective is change the mindset of the students and teachers. Bring a radical change in the behavioral pattern of the students and teachers with respect to waste management and circular economy. That much is the thing. And you know that 30% of our country's schools, the children, they are from rich family. But others, they are from very poor family. So if they can earn from the recycled product, that is not only helpful for the student itself, but for the family. And we are also showing the path of having a livelihood earning path for the students in future. And I am very happy some of the teachers are here whose students have started business of recycled product. And I know very well that because they are mostly from Calcutta who started it, but there are many students group who have started this. What they are doing? You know that I have researchers in 14 countries who are working with me. I have just launched this project very recently, the research project on this. And in 14 countries, my researchers are working on this project. And some of the photos I have displayed here, some of the persons are also present here. Sorry. Yeah, they are also from Russia, India, Philippines, and Georgia, Africa, so many things. Okay. Now, what we could do in last 18 months? 50 schools earned around 2,50,000 rupees. I didn't have the data for all the schools. And considering 3,80,000 students, they can divert around 3,000 tons of waste by not going to the landfill. I have designed one composter, very simple composter for the school, and I can see one teacher who established this composting machine in their school in last year, October or September, and they are making all the compost and they are utilizing it in their kitchen garden. They have a beautiful garden. So, I'm not going to these things. They take a oath with me, the first thing. And then these are the photos. I'm just going one by one. You know that this doll was made by one of the students. I use it in my lecture every time. And the price of this, the student fixed is 200 rupees. And this is just the coconut shell and the paper. They are given the waste segregation culture, the bin culture adoption. They are given different trainings. These are all, yesterday they made the exhibit of the recycled product in this university. And what I said, all these things, first is understanding the value chain of waste, adopt green culture, develop business model, pledge for the waste management and CE, train to make recycled product, community awareness, and awareness generation about those. These are the main work which they do. These are all activities. I'm interested to show you only the photos. See the enthusiasm of the students and teachers. They are taking oath here. They are taking oath. They are going for the rally for community awareness. Inauguration. Plantation. Bean culture adoption. These are the products, all the waste which they are utilizing for making the recycled product. These are different types of waste, and these are the photographs. And these are some of the photos from the schools in Georgia. There are some of the photos from Nepal school. These are all in Nepal. And you know, this is also the composter. So, thing is that today in many countries, the project and the outcome-based education has started in the school. And this project is one of the very important entity for the school teachers who can take a lot of inputs from here and help the students in making the projects, making the outcome-based education system in their school. So this is the way we are making the students and changing their mind that waste not to be thrown away, it has a value. You make something out of the waste and earn money. So I request all of you to please encourage your students for practicing this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Ghosh. Our next speaker is Dr. Kari Helge Carstensen, who is the Chief Scientist at SINTEF Norway. His topic on which he is going to speak is Ocean Plastic Turned into an Opportunity in Circular Economy, OPTOS. So, Dr. Kari, I request you to kindly limit your talk to 15 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. I will give you a kind of wrap-up of a 7-year project called Ocean Plastic Turned into an Opportunity in Circular Economy, or short OPTOS. And I will try to do it in 15 minutes, as I've been told. You might have heard about a global treaty on plastic waste, which has been under negotiation for several years. Actually, in Geneva, in August this year, this negotiation and agreement failed to be agreed upon. And that means that we can actually, you can see a lot of more plastic waste coming around for the next few years. But of course, this agreement will still be negotiated and hopefully agreed upon in the next coming years. You might be aware that microplastic is creating a lot of health concern. It can be found in every human organ, even in the placenta of unborn kids. It doubles the risk of heart attacks and strokes by blocking blood vessels. It's linked to reduced fertility, cognitive decline, and even dementia. And the toxic additives in this microplastic might also cause other, health issues like cancer, etc., hormone disruption. So there is an urgent need to catch up with the problem of microplastic. We have produced more than 9 billion tons of plastic since the 1950s. It is based on oil, of course. It's very versatile and moldable into almost any product, and we are really dependent on plastic today. It's durable and persistent and does not break down easily. You know, it breaks down to microplastic physically if left in the nature. Its recyclability depends on the contamination, on polymer structures, etc. Only a few of the main types of plastic is easily recyclable. Most of them are not. It has, however, a high energy content, which might be utilized, for example, as a coal fuel or coal replacement in, for example, cement production. Up to now, we reckon that more than 6 billion tons of the plastic has ended up becoming a waste. Only less than 10% has been recycled, around 10%, 12% is incinerated, and almost 80% is dumped, which can be found in the nature today around the world. And we reckon that more than 5 billion tons of non-recycled plastic waste is today accumulated in dump sites like this. And if it left on its own and untreated, it will degrade physically into microplastic, penetrate into the ground, into the river, into the groundwater, and sooner or later to the ocean, and it will represent an everlasting source of pollution if we don't deal with these things. So it means we really need scalable solutions which must be built on proven concepts. And our project wanted to investigate if we could plug into an existing global and trusted system with sufficient treatment capacity. We are talking about more than 5 billion tons accumulated in the environment around the world, and you need some, scalable treatment options. That's why we launched this project back in 2019. And the aim and objective of this project was to scientifically showcase how the cement industry in Asia could be part of treating non-recyclable plastic waste. I'm emphasizing non-recyclable plastic waste. We are not dealing with plastic which can be recycled safely and without secondary pollution. We launched this project in 8 countries, which consists of 3 billion people. They account also for 75% of the global cement production. And of course, they are very coal dependent and CO2 intensive. This cement industry is everywhere, and 40 years plus experience with co-processing in the cement industry has shown that co-processing of alternative fuels and raw material can be a win-win solution for waste management, climate, and for resource efficiency. Today, we reckon that co-processing in Asia is on average around 3%. Remember, I mentioned Norway. The cement industry in Norway is today replacing more than 75% of its coal with waste. In Asia, the average is around 3%. There are companies today in India which replace 40%, but in average, 3%. It means that you have really big scaling opportunity of using your integrated waste management capabilities in the cement industry. You might know all of these benefits of using cement kilns, but I will just highlight them. The cement kilns are already placed. You don't need to build incinerator or anything. It has a very large waste treatment capacity. It's a complete and final disposal solution. No residue is created, and you will have no future liabilities, as for example, landfill. No residues created, as I mentioned, and everything is recycled. It has a very high temperature, which destroys all hazardous chemicals. Emissions will normally be unaffected. It has a very efficient energy and recovery compared to, for example, waste-to-energy incinerators. It reduces the coal and raw material consumption and, of course, the CO2 emissions, especially indirectly. And very important, it's usually cost efficient. We see today that cement industry is outcompeting traditional waste management companies like incinerators to a very large degree because they can do it more effective. Our project aimed to, investigate 4 different types of high volume sources of non-recyclable plastic waste. And that is plastic from dump sites and landfills, plastic from larger rivers, plastic from industry like paper recycling, and plastic from recycling activities in big cities like Delhi, Mumbai, etc. And we investigated this by doing pilots in various cement industry with various types of plastic under various conditions, blah, blah, blah. All these things was investigated during the 6 last years. And I will only focus on the highlights that we have been doing. This is from Bangladesh. We did a pilot in Suma cement plant, used MSW with mixed plastic from a material recovery facility with a thermal substitution rate of 10%, meaning that we are placing 10% of the coal usage during cement production. In Kambodscha, non-recyclable plastic waste from recycling activities, and you see some photos here. And in all of these pilots, we are doing independent emission monitoring by hiring independent qualified sampling companies like SGS, as you can see here. In China, we investigated floating material in the Yangtze River. In the Yangtze River, hundreds of thousands of cubic meters of floating material goes down the river to the South China Sea every year, but it stops in some of the big dams, as you can see here in Hubei province, and it has to be removed. And when removed, it's put on a dump site. We used it as a co-fuel in cement production in a nearby cement plant, replacing 10% of the coal. And here you see the floating material, and you see the plastic content of that material, around 15 to 20% plastic. In India, we have done several studies in different companies. This is from GEU Dehradun cement plant. And we used multi-layer plastic waste and also plastic waste from dump sites. And you can see the feeding rate up to 13 tons per hour of plastic waste. In Sri Lanka, we investigated textile waste, which is a big industry in Sri Lanka. And this was done in Puttalam cement plant in the north of Sri Lanka. In the Philippines, we were investigating non-recyclable plastic waste from recycling activities and feeding rate 10 tons per hour. In Thailand, we investigate the plastic from dump site mining. Around in Thailand, we have 2,500. Sorry?
Your time is up.
No, it's not. I'm taking the time. 10 minutes. Please go away. 2,500 dump sites in Thailand containing almost 200 million tons of plastic waste. What happens with that plastic waste? It degrades into microplastic, goes into groundwater and river, and sooner or later into the Bay of Thailand, where there will be more plastic than fish in a few years if we don't stop this, menace. So this company is investigating dump site mining, as you also do here in India. In Vietnam, we have investigated several companies. This is from paper recycling. Paper recycling is a big source of non-recyclable plastic waste. And we used a plant in nearby Hon'ble plant, replacing 10% of the coal. In Vietnam, has taken over more and more of the role of China lately, by the sense that they are actually importing plastic waste from different countries and recycling it. When they do recycling, a lot of non-recyclable plastic waste end up in the environment, as you can see here. It's polluting their entire community by different ways. We show that this is possible to use as a co-fuel in a nearby cement plant, and up to replacing up to 40% of the coal usage in this particular plant. Okay, I will wrap up. This is the key technical findings from doing 8 countries, more than 20 pilots during the 6 last years. We see that its co-processing of non-recyclable plastic waste is technically viable and environmentally safe. No increase in emissions, including dioxin, and this was the reason why we wanted to do this in first place, because many NGOs, they claim that if you take plastic waste into a cement kiln, you will actually emit dioxins or create dioxins. We have shown that this is not the case. We always compare baseline coal only with plastic waste co-processing, and we have seen that we saw a few cases of higher emissions for NOx, a few for dioxins, but that was on coal-only conditions. We have seen that the clinker quality is not compromised when the substitution rates are controlled. We also see that non-operational issues like chlorine cycles, build-ups, etc. are not compromised if this is done in a safe way. And we see that this can be a safe and scalable residue-free solution for non-recycled plastic waste management in the future. Yeah, I'm ending soon my presentation. This project has been presented at more than 80 international conferences, featured in a lot of newspaper and films, etc. We have been part of a master program at ART in Bangkok and also sponsored several master student theses in the area, also in India. We have produced a lot of books and articles, more than 20, and still more is coming in the pipeline. We have collaborated with more than 100 international organizations in doing this project. And this is some of our partners, and of course a big thank to those which have volunteered to do it. And just to give you a sense of what we have been doing. Okay, I see I still have 2 minutes left, so I will actually use that 2 minutes to show you this video. I'm not sure if you can have this. Do you have the sound on this video? Is it possible to get the sound?
Once a bustling dump site, Bongnan in Bangkok, Thailand, has been abandoned since 2003. Over the years, the waste has accumulated, contributing to pollution and environmental degradation. The production process starts with the excavation of non-recyclable plastic waste from dump sites and transportation to a nearby operating area for pre-processing. The waste is shredded to smaller pieces, and the recyclable fractions are sent to recycling facilities. To ensure the quality of the fuel, the waste is analyzed in a laboratory before being transported to a solid recovered fuel platform. Finally, the RDF was transported to the SCCC plant, where it was used as a substitute for coal and cement production. The central control room monitored the entire process, ensuring that the measurements remained within the designated limits. While monitoring the emissions at the stack emission area, as well as the upstream or downstream sensitive areas, such as nearby school and village communities. As the world grapples with environmental challenges, the pilot demonstration in Bangkok is a shining example of how waste can be converted into a resource, reducing pollution and contributing to sustainable development. The lessons learned will be shared through workshops and seminars, enabling replication across the continent.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Carsten. And now I request Mr. CRC Mohanty to come over for his speech. And we start our session, our breakout sessions are from 2:30. Okay, so breakout sessions in the halls in the main campus of Graphic Era University are from 2:30. So I request you, sir.
And after that, there will be lunch. How much time I have for the keynote? 3 minutes or?
No, 15 minutes.
Okay.
We are fair, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
15 minutes.
I will try to finish as early as possible.
And we have that lunch post sir's lecture. We break for lunch, and then after we go to the main campus. At 2:30, we start the breakout sessions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Before I start, is it okay? Is it working? Yeah. Is it working? Yeah. Thank you. Before I start, I would like to ask you anything there for me to say. And number one, and do you have patience to listen? Okay. So thank you, distinguished participants, scientists, students, etc. And I would like to urge few things. I think many scientific things are already said by three rich presentations, starting from Professor Uniyal from University of California. He was talking about the planetary boundaries and the ecosystem thresholds, and he was also sharing with a range of necessary actions that we can take in advancing circular economy. But one thing is that today we stand at a very defining moment in our shared development journey. We have with us the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, the Paris Agreement on Climate Change, the Kunming-Montreal Protocol on biodiversity, global biodiversity framework, and also we have the aspirations to have clean and livable cities. All of them need to converge. We heard about the India's Swachh Bharat mission, the Honorable Prime Minister Mission Life. At the heart of this convergence lies a transformative idea, that is circular economy, which is a system, first of all, designed to prevent waste and pollution, not that we generate endlessly the waste and think of managing later on. Impossible. We can't do, we are defeated already, managing various waste streams because of this conventional thinking process. The conventional thoughts that waste are inevitable to be generated and we can endlessly recycle and to solve various problems. At the same time, if you see Asia Pacific, diminishing forests, wetlands, peatlands, biodiversity. Honorable Minister of Forest this morning, he was talking a lot about forest and biodiversity. This is a waste management conference, but why he was talking about biodiversity? Why he was talking about extinction of species, biological species, the degradation of ecosystem? Because there is a very critical nexus between the natural ecosystem, our ecological assets, and the way we handle our resources. Just say, for example, the extraction of resources, with mineral resources, timbers, many. The way we extract resources, refine them, process them, and utilize them for manufacturing. All this entire process, the way we handle our materials, are responsible for more than 50% or even more than the greenhouse gas emissions. I personally do not like to confine ourselves within the domain of waste management. It is important because we are generative. Professor Bose was mentioning that it is difficult to also avoid the plastics because plastics are everywhere. You see this phone, furnitures, anything where the plastics. This revolution, the turbulent thinking has always been going on in my mind. I try to remember my childhood. During the school days, say 1970s in India, our life was going very well without the plastics, right? You remember 1970s, 1960s, even 1980s. Life was going perfect without the plastics. We were able to survive without the plastics. We are able to maintain a very decent life. We are eating in banana leaves, biodegradable leaves. Many traditional practices, people are using the compost in place of the harmful pesticides, the dirty chemicals, the dirty detergents, the pesticides, those are listed in the UN POPs convention. Life was going on. What happened then? We were suddenly swallowed by the oceans of plastics. millions and millions of plastics are getting into our oceans. If I refer some of the statistics, 11 million tons of plastics enter into our world oceans each year, which is equivalent to 2,000 garbage trucks full of plastics being dumped into the oceans, rivers, lakes every single day. 2,000 garbage trucks. So where is the solution lies? Should we think of managing them, or should we think of preventing them? Lifestyle is extremely important. We didn't talk much in the previous sessions, the lifestyles. If we can fix our lifestyles, it alone can address or solve 60 to 75% of our problems. It's a lifestyle. Grassroots level NGOs are working. People are working to raise awareness. I saw there is an NGO representative, I forgot the name. She's sitting there. She's trying to stimulate the people at the grassroots level to bring changes in the lifestyles. So, all of us know that SDG that we talk about, we have a planetary agenda around 5 P's, the agenda around people, planet, prosperity, partnership, and justice. The latest UN report that was released this year, 2025, 35% of SDG targets are on track, only 35%, or making some moderate progress. 47% of the SDG targets, we have 17 SDGs and 169 targets, are making insufficient progress. And to meet the 2030 deadline, we have just 5 years left. And 18% of the targets are actually regressing. We are going backward. So, the good news is that the circular economy in a true sense offers a powerful framework to decouple growth from the resource use and to transfer waste into value. It is not only an environmental necessity, but an economic opportunity and a social imperative. Resource security, supply security of natural resources is extremely critical to achieve the SDGs. We need at the end of the day the raw materials, the minerals, the timbers, freshwater resources to meet the aspiration, the growing aspiration of the people and the community, and also to achieve the SDGs. So resource supply security is at the heart of SDGs, at the heart of poverty eradication, at the heart of eliminating the worldwide hunger. But where the resources will come from? The resources are finite. The God has given us the finite resources. And we are utilizing the resources thinking that these are all renewable. And we keep on consuming it in a very unsustainable way. So that actually urges or raises the importance of the circular economy in every sphere of the development process, whether it is transport, whether it is small-scale industries, SMEs, energy sector, urban sector, building sector. One of the professors was talking about the construction and demolition sector. The way we design our industrial processes, the way we design our system, the economic development, the various sectors, and how we utilize the resources, how we consume, how we discard, that has a devastating impact on the natural resources, ecological assets. So I always say the way we manage our natural resources and ecological assets, it has a vast implication on the waste generation. And the way we manage our waste streams is also vast implication. People are talking about urban mining. Now people are digging to find out little bit the material so that they can actually utilize. They can substitute the virgin raw materials. This concept now is growing everywhere. People have started urban mining. So that message is that we cannot go indefinitely for land filling. We were having a consultation meeting in South Pacific involving the small island developing states, how they will implement the Jaipur Declaration on 3R and circular economy. You may be knowing that in last March, Government of India hosted a large forum. I told in the beginning that UNCID convened every year intergovernmental forum on 3R and circular economy in Asia Pacific, and the governments adopted the Jaipur Declaration for next 10 years on circular economy, aligned with the SDGs, aligned with Paris Agreement on climate change, aligned with Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework, and other agendas, even the NICE Ocean Action Plan, etc. So the thing is that how we can actually advance the circular economy. Do you think we can keep on expanding our recycling industry to achieve circularity? Impossible. The answer is impossible. So, or we keep on witnessing the decline of our natural resources and ecological assets, the wetlands, peatlands, forests, biological species, etc. So, in short, the circular economy is not a separate agenda, it is a unifying one, bringing or bridging the SDGs and the Paris Agreement and the biodiversity framework through practical in a single agenda, bringing all of them to converge for tangible actions. We have the Paris Agreement, which is aiming to limit the average global temperature rise well below 1.5 or 2 degrees centigrade, and to pursue the approach to limit 1.5 degree. And while the world has focused primarily on the energy transition, studies show that circular strategies, circular solutions can deliver up to 45% of the emission reductions needed to meet the climate goals. Let me talk a little bit about the cities I was talking about, unprecedented rate of urbanization. We need to look into the way our cities consume. Mainly the urbanizations are driven by the African and Asian cities. And cities, they are growth engines, they contribute for 80% of the global GDP. They occupy only 2% of the Earth's land surface, but they consume at the same time 70% of the all resources. It is not that the cities consume and generate and waste. These days, even I go to the rural areas of India, I see tremendous amount of plastics here and there. It is shocking to see the plastics are even the agricultural land. People use, all these marriage functions, little bit party, etc. They use these single-use plastic trays, chai cups, and etc. Now they are spread it everywhere, and the village people do not know that they will last for thousands of years in the soil, blocking or affecting the groundwater infiltration. India is also, we don't have a luxury of freshwater resources. We may be heading towards water stress. When the per capita availability of freshwater resources is less than 1,000 cubic meter per capita per annum, we consider the country is to be water scarce country or water stress country. There are many countries that have already water stress. For a country like India, can we really afford to be water stressed? 1.4 billion people. rising demand of water in the agriculture sector, domestic sector and the industry sector. Who will give us a drink, the glass of water for our survival? Who will feed us? Our agriculture sector needs. Our plastics, untreated sewage effluents are contaminating the rivers. You see, check any river in India, except probably the upstream Ganges where the rivers originate. That part is very fine because humans do not dwell there. See the rest of the part, the downstream, where the people, wherever the people, they touch the river and water resource in a very, what I would say, I have no words to say. They kept on contaminating years and years. Do you think we can actually remove all these plastics which have already got into Ganges, Yamuna rivers, Mahanadi rivers, Godavari, Krishna, whatever rivers? So it is impossible. So we need to see the circular economy more in the context of resource domain. You are all scientists, I know that. Professor from California was talking about planetary boundaries, Minister was talking about biodiversity, species, etc. We all think tanks, we need to talk about the circular economy more in the context of biodiversity. I was listening one of the conference, is called Global Conference on Global Forum on Human Settlement. The IUCN delegate was saying, can any city have a future without biodiversity? We are talking about smart cities, digital connectivity, this, that, what payment system, people do, Paytm, etc. Are these the signs of the smart cities? Just digital connectivity. Unless our cities are biodiversity rich, unless our cities are blessed with fresh and clean water, we cannot say our city is smart just because of the super fast digital connectivity. Japan, for example, they have a national vision. They are promoting Society 5.0. The concept of Society 5.0, they had the vision, national vision on sound material cycle society. The Society 5.0 is a very human-centric vision that connects digital transformation with environmental sustainability. Society 5.0. And circular economy is playing a pivotal role in advancing this philosophy of Society 5.0. This month, 14 to 16, the Toyota City in Japan was hosting an international mayor forum. Worldwide, the mayors came. And one of the sessions that I was moderating was about circular economy for cleaner cities, sustainable cities, inclusive cities. And the Minister of Environment, representative from Government of Japan, was presenting the Society 5.0. And he was showing a graph. And in that graph he was showing in 10 years time frame, economy-wide material input, GDP, material input per GDP for over the 10 years is reducing. Waste generation is reducing while maintaining the same lifestyle or prosperity level. So that means they are making the entire system, whether it is industrial, it is cities, etc., resource efficient to reduce material footprint economy-wide for the last 10 years. They are showing it. So in the true philosophy of, I am winding up. I have how much time? No time? It's 1 minute. Okay, so 1 minute. So yeah, I was jumping here and there because of this time paucity actually, otherwise I had a systematic note. So let me first touch a little bit about this biodiversity, the Kunming biodiversity framework, just to conclude. In the context of global biodiversity framework, circular economy contributes directly to multiple targets. You know, it has multiple targets, the biodiversity framework. Target 7, reducing pollution from all sources, including plastics, by half, through upstream circular design, reuse system, and material substitution. Target 8, minimize the impacts of climate change on biodiversity as circular systems reduce emissions and build ecosystem resilience. Resilience is another topic I was mentioning this morning, that plastics are clogging our drains, reducing the resilience of our cities during the time of urban flooding. There are many examples on how the circular economy can build the resilience. Target 15, encouraging large and transnational companies to assess and disclose their dependence and impact on nature. Circular business models enable precisely this. Target 60, promoting sustainable consumption choices by embedding circular economy, circular design into the product, cities and lifestyle. We can ensure this. So this is how we can actually, from a vision, we can lead to actions through appropriate and strong policy frameworks, science, policy, business collaboration, the triangular collaboration, science, policy, business interface. Actually tomorrow, there is a UNCRD special session on the need to advance science, policy, business interface in advancing circular economy. We start tomorrow at 11:10 until 13. I don't know which all. If you are all interested, we will be talking more on the Jaipur declaration that I briefly mentioned. So I wish all success of the rest of this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Siyasi Mohanty. And this brings us to the end of this keynote session. Our next sessions will be parallel technical sessions and plenary sessions and special sessions will be held in the main campus. I request all the keynote speakers on stage, please, for one photograph.
Sir? Yeah, look here. Thank you.
Thank you. Brought my big one.
Thank you. I request Rao sir, please come.